Hello everybody, we're going to go through another game here and debrief it. I'm jrobi and I'm black. And it was a good game. It has a nice castle attack on there. And we'll go through that and see what happened. So the opening is pretty standard here. 4 knights come out. It puts pressure onto my knight. So I put pressure onto his knight. Symmetrical setup here. He takes the opportunity to castle. I don't castle right now. I want to put some pressure and get things going in the middle here. So a series of takes take place, and I'm lined up to the bishop here. He sees that. Now at this point in the game, what I'm trying to do, what I decided to do at this point in the game was I wanted to do a castle attack with the queen and the bishop. So I move my queen up here. And he pushes down the pawn, and I follow the queen back into the position that I want her to be in for the eventual attack with the bishop. He moved his knight here, and wasn't too happy about that because it's blocking the queen, but I took the opportunity to castle, and he put his rook into position here. I wasn't too worried about this pawn. It is isolated a little bit, but it is being protected. So I just moved the bishop down for attack on the knight. He falls his knight back. Even though the knight was protected by his bishop, he does pull the knight back. This bishop was a concern of mine too, by the way. But that opened up the attack for my bishop here and the queen here. So now this would be checkmate if he doesn't do anything about it, but he pushes the pawn up, and I start to bring my pawn up to take care of this pawn. Now, at this point in time, my opponent, as I look through the game, is trying to clear this rank here, which should be, I think, the 6th rank here. He's trying to open up. So he pushes his pawn forward, and I push my pawn up to attack. Now this pawn is pinned, so I can't do anything. He clears the middle part of his rank, and I take. Now at this point in time here, he takes my knight. Now I'm not exactly sure. I think that what possibly he might have been thinking was if he could pull his knight back, or maybe onto this rank here, he would open up the bishop to protect in front of the king if need be. However, with the check that came with the pawn, he doesn't have the opportunity to do that. Now the pawn obviously is not protected, and the king really doesn't have another choice but to take this pawn. Basically, he could slide into this corner here, but that would be checkmate next move, with the queen moving to here. So the only option really is to take, so he does so. And check with the rook. He moves the king over. Check. Moves his king, and there goes the queen. In case you're wondering why I didn't take the rook when I had that opportunity. Check, check, queen. And from here, basically cleaning up the remaining of the position. So you'll remember he brought his bishop down to take out my knight, but it was put into a series of checks after that. So really couldn't do much here. So he loses that bishop. Puts his rook into position. Now here I could take his rook with my bishop, but what I opted to do instead was I wanted to keep the pressure up on the king. So I move my rook. Rook comes in down to protect and check. King's out of position. I take the knight and basically offer the trade on the rook. He accepts. I take the rook. And from here, just assault the back rank. Doesn't have very many options at this point, so he's just got to move his king. And from here, tries to push up some pawns. And now we just go into standard rook queen checkmate. So it was a good game. There was definitely some interesting moves that happened from both sides, and look forward to your comments and video comments if you want to take the time and do that to what could have been done differently, or how things could have been improved. So take